Hello everyone and welcome to this live training course on ISO 14971 Risk Management Requirements for Medical Devices. My name is Naveen Agarwal and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this live training course that we will deliver over the next 5 weeks. In this brief video, I will go over with you the key learning objectives of this course, how we will deliver this course, and what you can hope to accomplish by the end of this course. Now, this course in simple terms is designed to help you build competence in the requirements of risk management according to ISO 14971 for medical devices. Now, ISO 14971, the 2019 revision, is the latest third edition of this international standard, which is globally recognized as the consensus standard for regulatory purposes. So it is very important for us to not only just know the requirements clause by clause, but also the rationale behind these requirements, what the regulatory expectations and requirements are, and how to actually implement these requirements in the real world. So really we're going to focus on the what, the why, and the how in this particular course. This course is organized in 5 different modules, and we will deliver each module in a 2-hour live session every week. The slides and notes for that module will be available to you in advance, and I strongly recommend that you review these slides and notes prior to attending the live training session. The slides and notes will help you understand the what and the why, and a few examples about application. But it is the live discussion in our 2-hour session that will really help you understand key points of confusion, key gaps in implementation that I have seen based on my real-world experience, and some suggestions for proper implementation of these requirements. In these live sessions, we can also discuss your specific concerns and challenges that you face in day-to-day implementation and practice of these requirements within your system. Now, keep in mind that this is going to be an open discussion. So you should not be sharing any proprietary or business sensitive information, but you can definitely bring up your issues and challenges in a general way. And also keep in mind that whatever we discuss or recommendations we review should not be taken as any assurance that they will be satisfactory in an audit or inspection scenario. At the end of each live session, you'll be able to take the practice end of the module quiz. It'll have a few questions only for the purpose of practice, and that'll help you build mastery of the topic of that module in that week. You can come back the following week to discuss any questions that were not clear to you or you struggle with in the quiz. So we can continue to build the mastery of the subject. But we will go in order. Module 1 will be the first week, and during this week we will focus on the historical context and the evolution of ISO 14971 to really understand the rationale for the requirements in the current version. We will look into regulatory perspective. We will look at EU harmonization, especially now that the Z annexes have been finalized, and we will look at the scope of this new revision and the 3 new terms that have been defined for the first time in the 2019 version. Now let me emphasize a key point, because this is not a beginner level course, and a basic fundamental knowledge of key risk management principles and concepts is expected as a prerequisite. No experience is required, but I would expect you to have a basic knowledge of key terminology and their application. And if you have not already done so, I strongly recommend that you take my risk management fundamentals course prior to starting this particular course. In module 2, we will focus on the overall risk management process and requirements, management responsibility, which includes establishing a policy for criteria for risk acceptability and providing competent personnel. That also includes creating a risk management plan and requirements for risk management file. We will deliver this module in week 2, and again, the slides and notes for this module will be available to you in advance. However, you must complete Module 1 before the content will be available to you in the system. Module 3 will focus on clauses 5 and 6 that relate to risk analysis and risk evaluation. We will deliver that module in week 3. Module 4, which we will deliver in week 4, will focus on clauses 7, 8, 9 that pertain to the risk control, residual risk evaluation, and risk management review. Finally, in week 5, we will focus on the production and post-production information related requirements in clause 10. Now, this is a very important clause because the requirements have gone through significant revision in the 2019 edition compared to the prior second edition of 2007. This is a very important phase of your product life cycle because, as we know, medical devices can go through a lot of changes in the post-market phase. And many times those changes affect how you launch your next product. So this is a very important clause, and we will spend a fair amount of time discussing the requirements and what you are expected to do. We will also save some time to review any unanswered questions or points of confusion related to the rest of the course that we have covered in the last 4 weeks. We'll be able to answer questions related to the end of the module quizzes, maybe some questions you have about the end of the course quiz that you must pass in order to get your certification. Finally, when you have finished all these 5 modules and practiced end of the module quizzes, the end of the course quiz will be available to you. We will talk about how to prepare for the end of the course quiz throughout the course and especially in week number 5. So I invite you to engage with me, review these materials in advance, and do the best you can to get the most out of this course. At the end of this course, I'm confident that you will have a solid knowledge about the requirements of the 2019 revision, the rationale behind these requirements so you understand the intent and not just what's written on paper. And you will have a deep understanding of key gaps and points of confusion when you try to implement these requirements in practice. And hopefully you have found answers to some of your unique challenges and problems that you face in your process. I hope this provides you with a good idea of what you can expect in this course. I invite you to take this journey of learning with me over the next 5 weeks. You will have my contact information available to you when you register for this course. And reach out to me anytime if you have any questions or special requests. I look forward to seeing you.